Welcome to the deep dive. I want to start with a thought for you listening right now. How many people in your life were once complete strangers? Seriously, take a moment. Your closest friend, maybe your partner, that colleague you bounce ideas off. Every single one of them began as an unknown, a blank slate really, until that very first, maybe slightly awkward conversation.
It's quite a thought when you stop and consider it, isn't it? Our source material today uses this lovely metaphor, actually. It likens conversations to tiny metal links.
Tiny metal links. I like that.
Yeah, think of it. Each time you step out of your comfort zone, maybe talk to someone new, and a new link is formed. And then with every other interaction, every shared laugh or, moment of understanding, that link just gets stronger. It helps forge a real bond.
Absolutely. And it's something we're doing all the time, often without even thinking about it. The person making your coffee in the morning, the taxi driver you chat with, the receptionist you say hello to, each one is an opportunity.
Exactly, an opportunity.
With every hello, every little exchange, we're not just passing time, we're building connections, contributing to what our research calls this massive worldwide web of conversation. We're all kind of architects of this huge network, link by tiny link.
And it goes way beyond just pleasantries, doesn't it? That's what's so fascinating. Conversation isn't just small talk. The sources we looked at frame it as an adventure, a real journey of discovery.
An adventure. How so?
Well, it opens doors to perspectives you might never have considered. It offers insights that can genuinely reshape how you see the world. Conversations really aren't just about sharing info, they're about shaping realities. They can bridge divides, spark new ideas. Fundamentally, they define who we are.
They define who we are. Wow. Okay, so if conversations are that powerful, what's our mission in this deep dive today?
Good question. Our mission is pretty clear. We want to give you, our listener, some really practical, proven strategies. These come from, direct experience and a lot of research. Strategies to start and, importantly, deepen conversations with almost anyone.
So turning strangers into potentially meaningful connections. News stories, maybe.
Precisely. We're here to unpack exactly how to approach the unknown, how to make these interactions not just, possible, but genuinely rewarding.
And you have some pretty unique experience in this area, right? From your background.
Yeah, you could say that. For 9 years, I worked as a radio presenter, and my job was basically going into an empty room, putting on a microphone, and trying to have a real conversation with 1.6 million people.
1.6 million people who you couldn't see or hear.
Exactly. Couldn't see them, couldn't hear them, no direct interaction. Talk about a challenge. In a typical 4-hour show, I might only have, say, 20 minutes of actual talk time, max.
Wow, only 20 minutes to connect with over 1 million people.
Yeah, and in those minutes, the goal was huge. Connect, inform, excite, engage, and hopefully leave the listeners smiling, all without any visual feedback. It really forced me to boil down the art of connection into some, simple but powerful little tricks.
That sounds like an incredible training ground. It really makes me think about that advice we all hear. Don't talk to strangers. It's almost automatic for so many people. But your whole experience seems to fly in the face of that, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I profoundly disagree with that advice. Every single stranger walking past you, sitting next to you, in line with you, they represent an opportunity.
An opportunity to?
What? To learn something new, to see things differently, to hear a story you'd otherwise miss completely. If we always stick to don't talk to strangers, we just close ourselves off from a whole world of possibilities, a universe of experiences, really.
That reframes it entirely. Not a potential risk, but a potential gift. Okay, let's get practical. Your first tip. Because I know that feeling you see someone, you want to say something, but the words just get stuck. Like a wall goes up.
Yes, the first word, floodgates. That's exactly it. The biggest hurdle isn't having nothing to say, it's just starting. Inertia. So my advice, just say it. Seriously, what's the worst that happens?
They ignore you. Give a short reply.
Maybe. Probably not even that most times. But you haven't lost anything, right? You weren't talking to them anyway. That first word, I truly believe it's like opening a floodgate. Everything else flows after that.
So keep it simple.
Super simple. Hi. Hey. Hello. But, and this is key, gather your enthusiasm. Channel some positive energy. Put on a genuine smile. And just project that simple, open hi. It's a tiny act of courage, but it changes everything.
The floodgates opening. I like that visual. Okay, so you've broken the ice, but then you risk getting stuck in that awful loop, right? How are you? Fine. What's up? Not much.
Yeah.
And dead end. No real connection.
Exactly. The polite but empty dance. So tip number 2, skip the small talk. Don't be afraid to ask a really personal question. You'd be amazed how willing people are to share, their stories, their thoughts, if you just give them an opening.
Okay, give me an example. What kind of personal question isn't too personal?
Well, instead of how's your day, maybe try, that's an interesting name. Is there a story behind how your parents chose it? Or how long have you lived here? Do you remember your first day in this city? What did that feel like?
Ah, I see. They invite a narrative, not just a one-word answer. They go deeper immediately.
Right. They bypass the standard replies. My absolute favorite, the one I use all the time, especially, say, with cab drivers.
Okay, what is it?
It's simple. Where do you come from, and where does your family live now? It sparks a different kind of curiosity. Actually, let me tell you a quick story about that.
Please do.
So one evening, took a taxi, asked the driver this question. He was maybe 60, Pakistani gentleman, initially quite reserved. But he just lit up. Told me all about his life in Peshawar, his family, politics back home, the music he loved, his farm, everything.
Wow.
We talked for the whole 20-minute ride, geopolitics, family life, you name it. And as I'm getting out, he's completely serious. He decides I'm the perfect match for his 26-year-old college-educated son. He was literally pulling out a photo.
No way. A marriage proposal.
Almost. So, yeah, what starts with a hello and a simple question can sometimes end quite unexpectedly. It just shows everyone has this whole universe of stories inside them, just waiting for someone to ask.
That's incredible. A marriage proposal in a taxi. Definitely highlights the power of a good question. But sometimes, even if you skip the small talk, things can stall if you hit negativity, right? Like, I'm from Delhi. Oh, I hate Delhi. Conversation over.
Ugh, yes. That immediate opposition kills momentum. Which brings me to tip number 3. Find the me toos. When you meet someone, actively look for common ground. Anything you share, however small.
So shift from potential debate to finding agreement.
Exactly. Don't start like you're trying to win an argument. Think of it as exploring together to find something you both connect on. When you find that me too, suddenly you're on the same side. The whole conversation gets easier, more relaxed.
What kind of me toos are we talking about?
Oh, anything. You're in the same place, you're from the same country originally, you both love the winter, you both wish it would rain. Anything that creates that little spark of, oh, you too, it creates instant buy-in. It taps into that basic human need for connection, for belonging.
That's a really smart way to build rapport quickly, almost like a little connection hack. And speaking of making people feel good, there's that saying, right? People forget what you said or did, but not how you made them feel. So compliments must fit in here somewhere.
Absolutely. Tip 4, pay a unique compliment. But here's the catch. Avoid what I call compliment immunity.
Compliment immunity?
Yeah. I learned this when I met this, incredibly striking supermodel. My gut reaction was, wow, you were so beautiful, and nothing. Blank stare. Polite, but zero reaction.
She'd heard it too many times.
Exactly. She was immune to beautiful. Same goes for generic words like nice, awesome, good job. They often just wash over people. To really land, a compliment needs to be unique, specific, and genuine. You don't need to lie. You just need to observe.
Okay, give me an example of a unique compliment.
Instead of, you look great, maybe something, I love how when you smile, it's like your nose smiles first and your eyes and even your ears seem to smile. Suddenly your whole face just lights up. That's specific. That's observant. That's a compliment they'll likely remember because it's about them uniquely.
Wow, that's much more powerful. It really shows you're paying attention, that you see them. And a compliment like that also kind of opens the door for more conversation, doesn't it? Which leads nicely into your next tip, I think. Asking for opinions.
Precisely. Tip 5. Ask for an opinion. It works because fundamentally we all have opinions, and deep down we all want them to be heard and valued. When you ask for someone's view, it becomes a two-way street. A real dialogue can start. You learn so much about someone that way.
But you have to be careful what opinion you ask for.
Yeah, definitely. Don't ask something super complex or intimidating like, what's your take on the impact of quantitative easing on global bond yields? That just makes people feel put on the spot like they're about to fail a test.
Right. Keep it simple. Approachable.
Totally. Keep it simple and generic. Things like, how do you like your coffee? Or, seen any good movies lately? What did you think? Questions anyone can answer. But, and this is critical when they give you their opinion.
Yeah.
You have to really listen.
Really listen. What does that mean in practice?
It means not just waiting for your turn to talk. It means not listening just to figure out your reply. It means listening to understand. There's a huge difference between listening to reply and listening to listen. Really try to absorb what they're saying, their tone, the feeling behind it. That makes people feel incredibly valued.
That distinction is so important, listening to listen. And that flows right into your sixth tip, which is about being present. Because we've all been there talking to someone who's half listening, checking their phone, multitasking.
Yeah, keep talking, I can multitask. It kills the connection instantly, doesn't it?
It really does.
So, tip 6, be present. When someone is sharing with you, give them your full attention. Just be there. Put the phone away, quiet the internal noise, and the magic ingredient here, make eye contact.
Eye contact. Why is that so crucial?
Oh, it's fundamental. Our sources point to it as this primal form of human connection. It signals trust, attention, real engagement. You can actually feel the conversation differently through eye contact. You pick up on nuances. And it creates this magnetic pull that's hard to look away when someone is genuinely looking at you. If only I could have made eye contact with 1.6 million listeners.
That would have been something. Okay, eye contact, being present, it builds that immediate connection. Now, your final tip sounds intriguing. Name, place, animal, thing. What's that about? It sounds like a game.
Slight chuckle. It does, doesn't it? Tip 7, name, place, animal, thing is really just a catchy way to say, remember the details. Think how bad it feels when someone forgets your name, especially if you've met them multiple times. Peter, starts with P.
Yeah, that makes you feel completely unimportant.
Exactly. So remember their name. Use it. It's incredibly powerful how much that small act makes someone feel seen. But don't stop at the name. Remember the little things, the places they mentioned wanting to go, the name of their dog. Maybe ask how the dog is doing. That's a huge winner.
Remembering their kids' names.
Yeah.
Partner's name.
Absolutely. Kids' names, spouses, or partner's name. Just maybe be careful not to mix those last two up.
Good advice. So it's about showing you were actually listening before and you genuinely care.
Precisely. When you remember these details and bring them up later, it shows genuine interest. It makes you, in a way, an investor in their well-being. And when people feel you remember them, that you care about their details, they feel important to you, that makes them feel, often subconsciously, kind of responsible for keeping that connection going. It builds trust, rapport, real relationships.
That's such a powerful way to build something lasting. Okay, what an amazing deep dive. Let's quickly recap those 7 ways. Start with the first word. Open the floodgates, skip the small talk, ask personal questions, find the me toos, that common ground.
Pay unique compliments, not generic ones. Ask for opinions and really listen. Be fully present, make eye contact.
And finally, remember the details. Name, place, animal, thing.
And tying it all together, remember that analogy? Every single person is a really good book. It's kind of sad how easily we let complex human lives get boiled down to, 140 characters or a catchy headline.
We're not just summaries.
Not at all. We're entire human stories, full of chapters, twists, depth, and we really do deserve more from each other than just, skimming the cover.
That leaves us with a really important thought, doesn't it?
Yeah.
For you, listening right now, as you move through this big world, this giant library, are you just going to walk around looking at the covers, reading the titles, judging books that way?
Or are you actually going to reach out, take a book off the shelf, open a page, and start reading a story?
The choice is yours. Which story will you choose to open next? Which narrative will you engage with? Or maybe even help someone else write theirs, just by starting a real conversation. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.